Do you know what is inside Kaaba? And did you know that Kaaba was reconstructed as recently as 24 years ago, almost? And did you know that Kaaba has been subjected to danger by natural disasters like flooding as well as by human attacks? Hello everyone, this is Sajjad and you're watching The Lighthouse. And in today's episode, we'll try to cover a brief history of the Holy Kaaba and some of the facts related to Kaaba. Now, Kaaba literally in Arabic means a high place with respect and prestige, and the word Kaaba may also be a derivative of a word meaning cube. Now we also have some other names for Kaaba like Baitul Atiq, which means the earliest and the ancient, and the second meaning for Baitul Atiq is independent and liberating, and also we have the name Baitul Haram, the honorable house. Now the Quraysh tribe which ruled Mecca reconstructed the pre-Islamic Kaaba at around 608 CE with alternating stones and wood courses. After a flash flood, the Kaaba was actually damaged and its walls cracked. So it needed rebuilding. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, participated in its reconstruction before there was a time before he had actually announced his prophethood. Now, this responsibility of reconstructing the Kaaba was divided among the four main leading tribes of the Quraysh. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, helped with the reconstruction. Now, once the walls were reconstructed and erected, it was the time to place the black stone, the Hajar al-Aswad, on the eastern side of the Kaaba. Now, the arguments erupted that who would have the honor of putting the black stone in its place. Actually, a fight was about to break out over this issue when Abu Umayyah, the Makkah's elder at that time, proposed that the first man to enter the gate of the mosque or the gate of the holy place Kaaba in the morning would decide the matter. Now that man was Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And the Meccans were ecstatic. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, proposed a solution that all agreed to, putting the black stone on the cloak, and the elders of each clan held on to one of the edge and lifting the cloak to the Kaaba. And then Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, picked up the black stone and placed it in its place in the Kaaba. Now, since the tribe of the Quraysh did not have sufficient funds, this reconstruction did not include the entire foundation of the Kaaba as built by Prophet Ibrahim. So this was the first time that the Kaaba acquired the cubical shape that it has now, unlike the rectangular shape which it had earlier. Now the portion of the Kaaba that is left out, it's still out, it is called as Hatim. Alright, let's take a brief look at the dimensions of the Kaaba. Now the current height of the Kaaba is 39 feet 6 inches. Some however claim it's 43 feet. And the total size of the area is 627 square feet. The Kaaba walls are 1 meter wide. The floor inside is 2.2 meters higher than the place where the people circumambulate or perform tawaf. And Kaaba's inner room has dimensions of 43 feet by 30 feet. Okay, now let's take a look at the materials that are used to construct Kaaba. Now the ceiling and the roof are two levels and they're made out of wood. They were actually reconstructed with a hard, durable timber called teak, which is capped with stainless steel. And the walls are all made of stone, and the stones inside are unpolished, and while the outsides are polished. And the pillars inside the Kaaba, they stand, are actually wooden. In the center, there is a metal column painted in silver where the structure's gifts are suspended. Silver, copper, glass, lantern hangs from the ceiling. Now, some of the historians also report that the original Kaaba used to have a door for entrance and another for exit, and there was also a window. But the current Kaaba has only one door. Alright, now let's talk about Kiswa, the garment, the the black cloth in which the Kaaba is wrapped. Now, the colors of this Kaaba's covering have seen regular changes through the ages. Let's see, from the time of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, it was white and red striped Yemeni cloth. And then, during the time of the first three caliphs, Abu Bakr and Umar and Usman, may Allah be pleased with them all, it was changed to white. So the whole cloth was white. Alright, let's take a quick look at the exterior parts of this holy place, Kaaba. Now, Kaaba is surrounded by the three most, let's say, holy secrets of Islam: the Black Stone, the Abraham Shrine, and the Well of Zamzam. Now, the Black Stone is a reddish black oval stone surrounded by a silver frame, and it is located at the southeastern part of the Kaaba, and it is around 30 centimeters in diameter. Now, Muslims honor the black stone, which is said to have been sent to Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, by the angel Gabriel. And it is also very important while it comes to performing Umrah or Hajj, which means the pilgrimage. Okay, then we have the Abraham's standing place. It is known as Maqam Ibrahim. It is actually the place where Prophet Ibrahim stood while erecting the walls of the Kaaba, and Prophet Ismail was helping out. And it is also very important because it is also the part of Umrah and Hajj, which is the pilgrimage. And every pilgrim is supposed to pray prayer after performing tawaf of the Kaaba. Then we have the corners of the Kaaba. Now, there are four corners of the Kaaba. We have Rukn Hajr Aswad, which is the black stone side or Hajr Aswad side. Then we have Rukn Shami and Rukn Yamani, and Rukn Iraqi. Now, Rukn Yamani is toward the Yemen, facing toward the Yemen, and Rukn Iraqi is actually facing towards Iraq, the countries. And then we have Mizab-e-Rahma. Now, this is actually a water spout that is made of pure gold and rests at top of the northern wall of the Holy Kaaba. And it is reported that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, supplicated under the Mizab. Now, let's talk about the modifications. Now, Kaaba has been modified extensively throughout its history. The area around the Kaaba was also expanded in order to accommodate the growing number of pilgrims. Starting from the time of the second Caliph, Umar ibn al-Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, and even until this present time, the modification process is actually going on in Mecca right now. 51 years after passing away of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that is in the year 683, during the reign of Yazid ibn Muawiyah, Hussein ibn Numair, the commander of Yazid's army, besieged Mecca and struck the Kaaba with a catapult. Some major portions of the Kaaba were demolished. The Kiswa, the black garment that covers Kaaba, was actually burned. Some of the timber from the ceiling was also burned down. Now, this siege was lifted when the news came of Yazid's death. Then, in the year 692, Abdul Malik bin Marwan came to power in Damascus, and he sent his commander Hajjaj ibn Yusuf, who defeated the ruler of Mecca at that time, who was Ibn Zubair, and Ibn Zubair was actually martyred. Then the Karamashian state started to carry out continuous attack on Mecca and its pilgrimage routes before 930 AD. They stole the door of Kaaba actually, as well as Hajr Aswad, also known as the Black Stone, which dates back to the time of Adam and Eve. So the two stolen items remained under their control for 20 years. Then the Abbasids actually paid 120,000 dinars in 1952 for their return. In 1979, more than 200 armed extremists took over Mecca's Grand Mosque, and their leader actually claimed to be the Mahdi. And then 10 years later, a second attack on the Grand Mosque happened during the Hajj pilgrimage in 1989, where two explosions actually took place. Now, let's see some of the natural disasters that this holy site has actually faced until this time. In 1629, there was a great flood which actually demolished parts of the northern and eastern walls of the Kaaba. And then, during the time of the Ottoman Empire, the Sultan Murad IV got it repaired. The spread of the plague epidemic in the Hijaz region in 1814 caused the death of about 8,000 people. And the pilgrimage, unfortunately, was not allowed that year. And another epidemic started again in the pilgrimage season of 1837, continuing until 1892. And recently, in 2020, both Umrah and Hajj pilgrimages weren't actually possible due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. All right, now an interesting fact. There are actually two Kabbahs. Fascinating, isn't it? Now, as narrated by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, about his journey of Isra wal Mi'raj, he said that there is an exact replica of the Holy Kaaba directly above it in the heaven, and it is called as Bayt al-Mahmur. Alright, now Kaaba today teems with holiness, uniqueness, and pure spiritual ambience that continue to make it the ultimate destination of Muslims and a pilgrimage site they visit with their souls. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and if you'd like to go into the detailed discussion of the topics that I mentioned in the video, check out the links given in the description.